All right, so we're talking about wire stripping today, proper techniques, that kind of stuff. So we're looking at Romex right now. So Romex is a non-metallic sheath cable, and this is what is typically used for houses. So first things first, we got to get to the conductors. So we've got to strip out this outer jacket. So what we do is, I'm going to do it right here, is there's two ways of doing it. So I will show you both of them. Number one is to take your knife and barely cut through, very gently cut through the middle of the cable, just like this. You see that? The reason why you do it this way is because the ground's in the middle, so you're not going to nick the hot or the neutral's insulation on accident. And you'll see, if I finish this up, and I'll peel it back. So just peel it back. You'll see there's a neutral wire, which is white, hot wire, black, and then we've got this paper. And so first things first, I would cut off this little piece of yellow insulation here. So just cut it off, right? And so then you got to take off all the paper. Make sure there's not paper in the box. Okay? So now you have your conductors exposed. So hot, ground, neutral. And so to strip wire, these are strippers. Okay. This is a type. This is another type. There's also ones that have like a very flat grip on the end. And that is to combine both this and your alignment. But for the ones I have right now, they are just these typical strippers. There are numbers, right? You can't really see them, but there's numbers written. AWG STR and AWG solid. This is a solid wire, and I'll show you what a stranded wire looks like. Okay. This is stranded, so you can see has lots of strands in it, right? And then this is a solid wire. So that's how you can tell. So STR, stranded, solid. So I'm going to look at the numbers for solid, and then I'm going to strip it based on the gauge. This is 12 gauge, which is very common in new houses. It is rated for 20 amps most of the time, unless you have some sort of continuous load or something like that. And so then that's how you kind of strip wire. So I'll show you more close up. So this is our conductor. And so you just put the number 12, that's what this is in solid, and then you just squeeze down. You want to be perfectly perpendicular to the wire, and then you want to just pull straight off. The reason why you want to pull straight off is I'll show you what happens if you do not. If I were to twist it like crazy as I'm pulling it off, you might not be able to see this. I don't think you'll be able to see it. But there's little nicks in the wire, and that's not good because you don't want to nick the wire. It adds resistance, so that's not great. And it can cause heat, so that's what we do not want to happen. So just strip the wires. And the amount that you strip it depends on the device. And so if you're doing a typical receptacle or something like that, it's going to be right around 3/4 of an inch to 7/8 of an inch. And what I like to do to make my hooks, and this is what you're going to practice as homework for this video, is stripping wire and then making hooks. I like to stick it right through this hole and put my finger right on the end and then just bend a hook. And then I like to bend it just a little bit back that further than it bends originally, and that makes a nice hook. Okay, I'll do that again on the hot wire just to demonstrate. So I'll stick my finger right there and then bend it and then bend it back just a little bit. Nice hook. So it takes a little bit of practice. It's all good, you know. It's well worthy practice because you will do this a lot, a lot, a lot. But if you were doing a circuit breaker or something like that, they have these cool little strip gauges. And most devices have this if you're doing like a lever lock thing or something like that. But right on the end, it says strip gauge. Do you see that? So if you're ever in doubt about how much you should strip a wire in order for it to, um, for whatever device you're using, then look at the strip gauge. It's there to tell you. So this is the difference based on the device. Even Siemens 20 amp breaker, which is inner panels, or just a normal receptacle with our hooks. You can see the difference in how much we have to strip them. See that? So it's very important to think about these things, and you'll learn it eventually. Takes a little bit of time. While I'm here, I'm going to show you one other way to strip wire, the sheathing on the wire specifically. So they make these Romex strippers. Romex strippers have these two little grooves. This bottom one is for 12.2 and the top one is for 14.2. So first number says the gauge of the wire and the second number says the size, or sorry, says the amount of current carrying conductors. So this is 12 gauge wire, which we talked about earlier. And then it has two current carrying conductors. You don't count the ground in this scenario. And so I just squeeze it down like that, just get through the sheathing, and then it just pulls right off. Nice and sweet. This is perfect, perfect for a roughen phase. You just have to be careful. Like always, do not twist your things, because then I'll show you what happens. It gets all bad. Like it just nicks so much into that hot wire. So you cannot do that. But other than that, if you're careful, this is a really good way to strip wire.